There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Just really bad connection. Um, just talking to my Wi-Fi, pretty bad. So welcome to FaceTime with Todd Wharton. I'm your host, Todd Wharton. Bindi's going to be logging in momentarily. I apologize for being like 8 minutes late, but Bindi's going to be on momentarily, and we'll get the show going. First of all, rest in peace, Mary Wilson from the Supremes. We all lost somebody really great today, and she was definitely an icon, somebody to look up to, somebody to aspire to be. I mean, I'm not as young as you think, but I grew up listening to the Supremes, and they were just an amazing group with Diana Ross. But you know, when the news came today, you know, it definitely hit home with a lot of people. So if we can give a moment of silence for Miss Mary Wilson, I would appreciate that. All right.
I used to think gift giving was
Without
stressful.
further
And then I discovered
ado,
Harry and David.
let's bring in Bindi. Bindi, if you get a moment, just request to come on in, and I'll bring you right into the show, and then we'll get it cracking. See you waving there. See if I can get you here. You will come in momentarily, and we'll get the show going. How's everybody tonight? I hope you guys are doing all right. Hope you're safe. Hope you're good. I think we got Bindi coming in.
Hi.
There she is. Hey.
How are
How
you?
you doing?
Good.
I'm
to
good.
see
I'm
you.
good. How are you?
Good. Really good.
Sorry for the technical difficulties. I was sitting here like freaking out. I'm like, what the heck is going on with the Wi-Fi? And I'm seeing notifications that there's something down. So I'm trying to figure out, should I do the Bluetooth or just do the roaming? And then I almost threw this thing out the window. I'm like, wait, Benny's going to kill me because
No,
then I
it's
have to
okay.
go
I'm so bad
outside
with
and get
technology.
her.
I thought I was doing something wrong. I was like, I don't know how to Instagram live and call somebody in and all this other.
Yeah,
But
no.
you kids,
No,
you
it's
kids in your
really easy to use.
Instagram. I didn't know how to
Oh,
do any
it's
of that.
crazy. It's really easy to use. It's just when the internet goes down, it's just a bad thing. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my service provider and get a really like a better Wi-Fi change that I can hook up to my
Yeah.
phone. And because I mean, this week alone, I've amazing guests such as yourself. And then next week, you know, I booked icons like Alvin Clayton, who's a GQ, first African-American GQ model.
Oh,
And
wow.
Melba Moore, who's friends with Mary Wilson, great R&B legend, and so many others. Hector Macho Camacho, just, yeah.
Oh,
But
good
we're
for
here
you.
tonight to talk with you.
Yes.
And your hair. I
That's different
haven't
every
seen you in
time.
a
You know it's
while.
different every time. Gotta keep you on your toes. You know what I mean?
No, it looks good. It looks good. I
Thank
think
you.
the last time I actually saw you, it's almost 2 years already. You know that, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. I know. It's
2
crazy.
years. Yeah, and we had such a great time. But first of all, I want to let everybody know I am talking with Bindi Liebowitz. Bindi has a lot going on with her right now. We're going to find out how she started, where she's going, where she's been, and we'll go step by step. So, Bindi, thank you for being on FaceTime
Of
with Todd
course.
Wharton. You were my second guest, and I
Thanks for
appreciate you.
having me.
Last night's show was great. We had Darnell King from BET's Hustle in Brooklyn. I know he's throwing you some love because you guys have a mutual friend with Chris
Yes.
Blue from The Voice who
Yep.
won, and I know you performed on that same stage with him. We'll get into that. So, Benny, you're an R&B artist. You're a beautiful mother now,
Thank you.
which I think is pretty amazing. God bless the man who caught you. And do right by her, because I got DM'd by at least 40 guys today that says, hey, I'm my next baby daddy. I'm there.
One and done. Sorry.
Yes,
One and
one and
done.
done.
We're done. You stop at perfection. You know what I'm saying? So we're good to go.
Well, let's get into you. You have such an amazing voice, R&B. Yeah, and when you performed in Times Square a few years ago, just a lot of people were just really happy to hear somebody who can actually sing. and R&B was a dying art at that time, but I think it's coming back. So when you were younger, what inspired you to become a singer? What drove you to the point like, this is what I want to do in my life?
Um, I guess I definitely just grew up around music all the time. So there was in my mom's house, it was always, I mean, it was super eclectic taste in my mom's house. So like Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, to like Barbara Streisand, Aretha
Yes.
Franklin, like everything. I like watched a lot of musicals, and I just really loved that. So I was definitely around music a lot. And then my dad really liked James Brown, Boys to
Yeah.
Men. So I was around lots of different kinds of music all the time, really early on, and I just
Hmm.
naturally enjoyed it and was allowed the space to explore that interest because of my parents' love for music and their support and basically whatever I wanted to do. So I was listening to a lot of music really young, like really like a lot of older music, dancing and all that. So definitely my
Hmm.
parents just being around what they loved inspired me to kind
Right.
of dive into music.
And your mom was always the support
Oh yeah,
of you in music growing up, which is, I think, is such an intricate part of a young person's life when some, like a parent, because a lot of people don't even have parents,
yeah,
but when you actually have a parent that supports your passion
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
they see
yeah,
that's what you love to do. Um, I had two parents, only one of them kind of supported, so,
yeah,
but I think you had it from both. And you see the relationship with you and your mom when you guys are together.
yeah.
When I first met you, I thought that was your sister.
Everybody does.
Um,
Don't boost her head up. Don't get
yeah.
her all excited,
Wait,
feeling
is
all
she
young
right
and
there?
fresh. Yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah.
she right there?
She's holding Sebastian. She's waiting for Sebastian's debut.
She's like, are they talking about me? I didn't put on my makeup.
She's
You
doing the
gotta
mom
come
thing
in.
where she's got her headphones on and she's laughing because it's delayed. So she's sitting next to me, looking at it, listening, laughing, and I'm over here giving her eye like,
Yeah.
you're a little
Hey,
loud right
Ma,
now. Maybe to take it down, but that's okay.
gotta give a
Sorry.
shout out to Miss Liebowitz. you know? But you've had a number of great songs. You had a recent song that came out probably what, about 6 months ago, 7 months ago,
Yeah,
give or
yeah, yeah,
take,
yeah.
called
FaceTime.
FaceTime.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was telling you on the phone that I was kind of think of a theme song from my show because eventually everybody's got to have a little jingle.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, maybe I can ask Bindi for FaceTime. But if you guys check out this song, it's on YouTube. It's everywhere. It's a very erotic, sexy song, and I'm just sitting here. I'm like,
That's
uh,
not the thing you
I
were
don't know
going
if this will
for?
work.
You don't
It'll
want
be
fresh
like,
out the shower for your
yeah,
daytime
yeah, I'll be
family
like,
oriented
fresh
talk
out
show?
the shower, and then I'll be coming in. I'll be like, and then all my hip hop guys are gonna be like, yo, bro, what you doing?
Why are you in a towel when it's just us? I get
I'll be sorry, man.
it.
But my LGBTQ community, are like, hey now,
They would love it.
my
Yes,
boys,
honey. They would
my
love
friends. I love all the communities, so
it.
gotta bring it. Gotta bring it. But the song is an amazing, amazing song. I,
Thank
I
you.
think I've listened to it. It's gotta be at least, I won't even lie, at least 25 times.
Thank you. I
Easy.
appreciate
Yeah,
that.
you're welcome. How did you come out with writing of this song? Was what made you decide to write it? Was too many people DMing you?
No, you trying to get me in a whole lot of trouble. No,
No,
that's
I
not
know
the
your man's right there, and he, I
that's
think he
not the case.
knows me. He knows, like,
He does.
if I didn't like this guy, I'd be driving down to his house and popping heads right now, because
No, no,
everybody
no.
knows
It's
I'm the
cool.
most
He's
innocent
cool.
guy.
He's cool. But I mean this song was before him anyway, so it's okay, you know? But
Yeah.
I remember actually writing that song just on my way to work, like on my way to like a serving job. Um just kind of when you're dating people and like it was definitely written based on that dating scene of talking to someone and being super flirty and like maybe
Sure.
you both want to take it to another level but you're nervous too. It
Mhm,
wasn't based on any specific occasion, but
mhm.
FaceTime's like a really big part of dating, and I noticed that there's like a type of person that you can date that whenever that person's dating somebody, they FaceTime the person that they're dating, right? Like some people are all about texting, some people are like on the phone forever, and some people will stay on FaceTime with you all day long. And so I guess that's kind of what sparked that, but just taking it a little
So
grown
would
up
you like to be
FaceTime.
on FaceTime with somebody all the time?
I didn't think I'm that kind of person. I just said that there are people like that that just want to like
Really?
see your face all day, on FaceTime.
I think
Actually,
FaceTime was created by guys because I can't see a woman being like,
let me
I
stare at
love
you
when
all
my
day.
man calls me when I haven't woken up yet and I got crust in my eyes and I haven't brushed my teeth and
Of course not. Girls
I'm
wake up, put a little makeup on, lay back down, and FaceTime you like, I just woke up. What do you mean? This is
there should
natural
be
for
like
me.
different times, like, 2 p.m. you can call me because that's grown and sexy time. That's when
That's
I'm
grown and
awake.
sexy time, 2 p.m. It's a little
Yeah, why
early.
not?
I feel like that's a little early,
Actually, no, well, yeah, no, 2 a.m. Look at me, 2 p.m. That just tells you my age. It means at 3 o'clock I have dinner and 4 o'clock I'm going to sleep. That that
It's
that's my
different. It's
FaceTime.
different. It's okay. It's okay. It's different times or different age brackets. You know what I'm saying? So that's fine.
Exactly. And the guy that's in the video with you, I met him.
Zeke, yeah.
Really great guy, very talented hip
Yes.
hop artist as
Yes.
well. What's his name, by the way?
Zeke Marley, and that's actually his Instagram. So it's ZekeMarlee, and he's a super talented
Hmm.
writer, entertainer, rapper, just all around musician
Yeah.
from Plainfield. So we live in the same town, and
Hmm.
he's been kind of dipping his toe in some engineering and production lately. He's been doing a lot of really big things, and I actually I met him at a gig at a restaurant that I frequent in New Brunswick. I perform there a lot.
Okay.
It's called Deltas, and I work with the Flavor Band there a lot. I'll actually be there this Friday. Not with the Flavor Band, but I'll be doing another gig there this Friday.
Right.
And I met him there. A lot of musicians go to Deltas in New Jersey. We just kind of hit it off and started working together. We knew a lot of mutual musicians, some of which I performed at Deltas with, so they were able to like tell us
Nice.
about each other. And
Hmm.
Rain, who's actually another musician that I've done a lot of work with, she knew him, and so we all kind of just have been working together over the last 2 or 3 years. But
Hmm.
he actually just released an EP called Stimmy Pack, and I'm on his song Misfortune. I feature on that song that just released, and that released a couple days ago.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you definitely you have this it's hard to describe your voice. It's not really scratchy, but you have this. You definitely have a voice for jazz. Definitely R&B, but you have this jazzy type of where makes a guy like me want to start smoking again. Smoking cigarettes. Did I just say
Well,
that? I
dude,
haven't done weed in like 30 years because it burns my throat, like
you definitely
absolute
haven't
straight
because you
it
don't say
burns.
done weed. You don't say I haven't done weed, but that's okay.
I
We'll
can't
forgive
say it.
you.
No, I've done weed. I'll admit it.
I've done
Listen,
weed. I've done
if
it.
if anybody says they haven't tried it or haven't thought about it, I'm lying. Lying.
Very true.
Because even on the worst day, we can just be like, you know what? I could chill with you.
Yeah, right,
Yeah, you good people.
right.
Then when there's
Yeah.
no more weed, you're like, wow, this music really sucks.
Also, why spend any time with you? Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's
Pretty
like what a
much.
lot of people use when they're in the Dead concerts. Like every time the drugs ran out, they're like, wow, these guys are just bad. Like
What were we doing all this time? Yeah, for
this.
sure.
And yeah, so the video, what was the concept behind the video? That was erotic. That
Yeah.
video, that was definitely something I think hit home with everybody because, well, first of all, I think it's like every man's fantasy where they're calling their girl and she's just getting out of the shower and doing all that. That never happens. When I call a girl, she's not getting out of the shower. She's like in the middle of flossing her teeth. She's like, don't call me right now. I got the TP still going. I'm just like, that's my FaceTime. You know what I'm saying? I don't get
Well,
that.
yeah, I think it was my second video, so I was trying to break any boxes I could have been put in. Not that you're usually put into a box by the second video, but I don't want anything to be expected. I
Right.
wanted it to be completely different from the first video, wherever that led me. Just because maybe you can expect a style in terms of appearance, or you can
Mhm.
expect a message in terms of like female empowerment, or like
Mhm.
some kind of like positive sex symbol, something like
Which
that.
is
But like,
huge right now.
but you can't expect the same thing all the time. That gets boring. So I just wanted
Right.
to spice it up a little bit and really
It
make
was
the
great.
song make sense and go with the video well. So
Yeah, and it was done really tastefully
Thank
because
you.
I mean, it's in me, but R&B videos were always supposed to be sexy. They were supposed to be tasteful.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of old school R&B videos had meaning, a lot of relationships, heartbreaks. Now, obviously, sex is a big part of it, but R&B was always on that cuff of respect,
Yeah.
right? From the Maxwells to the Mary J. Blige to even the Aaliyahs and everybody else. There was a sex appeal about all these people, but it was at a respect line. Now, I don't even know what a video is anymore. It's kind of like soft porn,
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And I
you
think that was
know?
another
And
big thing that we thought about how to make this video, how to make the sex appeal and the sexiness of the video match the song without it crossing any lines, just because
right,
that's like sexy might be a part of the brand, but tasteless is not. So I was just trying to
exactly.
kind of make those two, and which was not difficult to accomplish at all. But I think it's just an expectation, right? Like, I work with this guy, Alan Brown, who's also from Plainfield, who does a lot in the community. He's an entrepreneur. He's got a lot of movements going on out here. And he works with a
Mm,
lot of up and coming artists from like surrounding counties, kind of like shining like a almost like a reality television light, like behind the scenes
right.
kind of deal on up and coming artists from this area. And he
Mm,
actually wound up interviewing Darius DK. I don't know if you're familiar with that comedian. He interviewed him about a year or two ago, and he was like just starting to get really big, and now he's like pretty well known. And
nice.
I was there, and he looked at my Instagram, the comedian did, and he was telling me that I wasn't showing my ass enough. These are his words, right? And I was like, well, that's not what I'm about. That's not what my Instagram page is for. It's for my voice. And he was like, yeah, but look at this girl. And he showed me this Instagram, and I thought I was looking at like a porn star's page. And I was like, well, how would you know that she's a singer? So we kind of
Right.
have this thing, and that was kind of eye opening to me. Like that's what people are looking for. They're looking for sex no matter what that person does. So it's kind of like a thin line to walk. But I think if everybody's on the same page, it's something that can be easily done. And Zeke and I were on the same page.
Yeah.
The videographer and I were on the same page, so it wasn't complicated.
And stick with that. I mean, first of all, you got to have some balls to go up to an artist and just be like, you're not showing your ass enough. I mean, and it's like, okay, so there was that phrase, what do you call it? Sexual harassment, right? I mean, that's pretty much right on that line.
Yeah,
That's like when
exactly.
I
Yeah,
first met you, because I met you there was a contest. Just
yeah, that's right.
imagine, like, you don't know me, and me and Lenny Green was sitting there judging, and we turn around and be like, yo, Bindi, you definitely are great, but you got to show some more ass, girl.
Oh
You got to
yeah, that's
look
how
at us
people
and be
speak
like,
in the, yeah, yeah.
like, what? You know, and then right there, it's like, am I listening to you singing, or am I trying to give myself another image of another girl in my portfolio? And
Yeah.
it's like there's a boundary. Look, fellas, if you're watching, there's a serious boundary you got to take when it comes to the respect of any woman on any level. You know what I'm saying? It's like if a girl chooses to show your ass, it means because you earned it in a private setting.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, right? Like your man, he's earned you for the love, the respect, the baby of, the mother of his child.
Hmm.
That right there to me is more important than any goddamn like show me your ass, show me this. And that's the way more men should look at this. That stop, because now if you're noticing, everybody's getting sued. Everybody, as long as you got
Right.
an attorney, you're being sued. So
Yeah.
respect the one. Women empowerment right now is huge.
Right.
Women can do not only great things. I work with a lot of women. Why? Because women get shit done.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Women get shit done. I
Yeah.
mean, when it comes to like a fight, and I don't believe in fighting, right? Two guys will sit there talk crap until their boys come in front. Then they talk more crap.
Yeah.
Women are
Yeah.
like, it's me against you, 40. Let's do this. Throw the first down. Let's get this on.
Yeah.
You guys don't even procrastinate. You get stuff done.
Yeah.
So back to the respect, guys. Stop. I think one of the reasons why videos are like that, I don't think the women are directors in these videos. It's all men that are asking for it
Yeah.
all the time. And I think because most of the directors are pretty premature ejaculating, and that's the only way that they can get some play by directing a video that they think people want.
Yeah.
Sorry, directors, but that's real. But you have a talent that it can definitely go far. You have your business in order, which is great. Um, I love what you did, how you put your life on hold for your kid.
Thank
That's
you.
a big thing with me. My mother was the same way. Um, and you're young too. You have such a huge career ahead of you. Like you really, really do.
Thank you.
So you had a couple of other songs before FaceTime. You had
Yeah.
a one really great song that you performed in Times Square. Which one was that you did again?
Complicated.
Complicated.
Yeah, yeah.
That song I love. That's why I'm
Thank
telling
you.
everybody, get this girl's albums. They're amazing. So, all right. So through the course of the years, I'm sure you have a lot of songs that you wrote. You can have songs from 10 years ago that you can bring back now. Just got to change it up a little. Are you working on anything right now, like a new album coming out?
Oh, for
You
sure. Yeah. I'm working on my own solo EP with the producer Alvin Anthony in New York. I work out of Mercy Sound Studios with him right outside of Union Square, which has been
oh
put on
yeah,
hold because I'm going to New York during the pandemic. But
yeah.
we've been in communication. We're trying to release some songs that we already have recorded. We have a bunch of stuff recorded. Working on a bunch of up and coming songs. There's no time like writing music than when you're pregnant. So I was like home in a pandemic, pregnant, writing all the time. So that was great. So we're putting
Great.
together a lot of stuff. And then Zeke and I are actually working on a small project together too. So there's lots of new music coming out.
I could just imagine you writing when you're pregnant. Like every other line is like a mood swing. It's
Oh,
like
every other line's a mood swing without me being pregnant. What are you talking
it's like wait, you went from like you're having this great time and everything to you stabbing him. When did you write
How did
that
this
line?
work?
Like, oh
How
man,
did
I was
this
going through
work?
some pains. That's crazy. So leading up, let's get to a great thing that happened in your life. You had a chance to audition for The Voice.
Hmm.
I don't think I ever really talked to you about this ever. And I think one of the reasons why we never talk about that is because when I meet somebody, I don't want to know the biggest part of their life that made them who they are. I want to get to know them. And then eventually I'm going to learn because I saw it on TV. But how did that actually happen? Like, where did you go to try out? What was the inspiration? You like, I need to do this.
So that was my second time trying out for The Voice. In
Hmm.
high school, I tried out for everything: American Idol, America's Got Talent, X Factor, and The Voice. And I made it to there's preliminary rounds. So for all of the shows,
Right.
what you see on television is like the fifth round of auditions.
Of
Um,
course.
right. So I made it to the second round of all of the preliminary rounds, and I would always get eliminated at the second rounds. So then I tried again, and a friend of mine, Austin, his mom, just like I've known him since I was in like first grade, and his mom
Mhm.
actually told me about the voice auditions, and that were they were in Philly, and his mom is like one of my biggest fans, and she's always like telling me about auditions and asking me about music and stuff. So we went
Nice.
out to the auditions. I She told me like a week before, and it just happened to be that we could make it, and
Mm.
they went really well. And then I got called back for the second round, and then you just kind of play it by ear. So you get callbacks, and then there's rounds where like you get told you made it after this round,
Mhm.
but now the next round is you just waiting for a phone call. Some of you will get calls, some of you won't. So there's a lot of like just sitting and waiting and being really, really, really excited, and then you're excited for a phone
Yeah.
call, and you're like I think there was a month in between making it past the final in-person audition to getting that phone call. You just wait for like a month to see what's going on. And
You're
I was
on like
actually getting
edge
my
the whole
nails done at
time.
like a work break. Yeah, and I got the call that I made it, and I was in the
Why are
nails.
you
I was like,
getting your
oh
nails
my
done?
god, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it was
You're like, girl,
crazy.
you better hook me up now. Hook it up.
I was like, these nails right here are gonna be on NBC, baby. Okay, so let's get
The
back
Voice.
into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
That
but it was
that
incredible. It was
I can
incredible.
imagine.
Yeah. I mean, all the voice was an experience that I think any musician who is interested in taking that route should go for.
Of course.
Music is not the kind of thing that's competitive like a sport. So to do a show where it becomes a competition, like I have to beat you, because really there's enough spaces for there to be endless successful musicians. It doesn't have
Of
to be
course there is.
ruthlessly competitive,
Of
but it's a
course there is.
television show, right? So it's entertainment purposes.
Mhm.
And I think that anybody who's willing to give it that shot, because other ways of making it in this industry are exhausting. It's a great show from the business aspect behind the scenes, the television part of it.
Yeah.
They don't know about music, you know what I mean? They're not musicians, but they took really great care of us, like making sure that we were not just physically healthy, but that our voices were taken care of, making sure that we were doing vocal exercises and eating right. Like they didn't have
Right.
to think about that. They didn't have to check in on that because they're just there to run a good television show, but they did. So it was a great experience. Yeah, it was something that I would definitely recommend. I wouldn't take that away for the
Yeah,
world.
and even if you don't even get as far as you want, I know a lot of artists, there are a lot of bad stories beyond it that cry, they're never going to make it, it's over, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, no, it's like, do you guys understand that you're getting free
Publicity.
lessons
Yeah. Yeah.
from the top of the top? Even if you don't make it's just think about that. Like you're getting the opportunity to talk to an Alicia Keys,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Who for 2 minutes can give you advice that can take you to a whole nother. And the reason why I think they do these shows is because I think part of them does wish they had some of these things when they were growing
Yeah.
up, but at the same time not. Now the song window, what was the song? It was a window
Dust
out
your
my
windows.
car. Yeah. You killed it.
Thank you.
Yeah, when you came out and you were singing, and the whole audience was like, why isn't Alicia turning around? Like this should be like in her team.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think she regretted a little, but after all, she loved you
Yeah.
because you sounded a lot like her. Same vibe, same everything. But sometimes, not being on a team may be for the better also because, she can critique certain things and you can battle against,
Yeah, it's definitely not anything I took personally. I felt like going on to the stage, I told myself, like, getting to this point is a victory in its own. So even
Right.
if none of the judges turn, would that suck? Absolutely. I came here to win. But like if none of the
Mhm.
judges turn their chairs, I made it past all of these preliminary rounds. And then
Right.
also knowing that it's a television show, like I don't know if they really choose to press the button. I'm like whispering like no one else can hear us. Like I'm telling you a secret. I don't know if they really choose who they
Trying
press
to
the
live.
button for by themselves. You know what I mean? Like
Don't worry
that
about
could be a
these people.
production thing, you know? So like I'm not gonna like have it out for Alicia Keys because she didn't turn her chair. I don't even know if that's her decision. But I think that it was just a victory to make it that far. It was
Yeah.
an honor to sing in front of those musicians.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So it was an incredible experience, regardless of the teams that I made it on. I enjoyed working with the people that I did get to work with, Adam and Blake. And Miley was incredible to me, and I was never even on her team. So they were all wonderful to speak to. So it was
Yeah.
great,
See,
regardless.
that's right there. That would make my life if I
Yeah.
got to sing in front of them, and I can't sing. We're not getting into that. You know what I'm saying? Singing, singing in the shower. That's it.
So you
That's
live
all
it.
I'm doing. I'm the guy that sings in the shower. I got my own audience. We
At
good.
least you know your lane. You know what I'm saying? At least you know your lane. That's all that matters.
My lane is not even on the highway. It's pretty much at the rest stop. That's
You
that
stay parked.
that's
You just
where
stay parked. That's good.
that's where I should be. Yes, I
Perfectly
stay
fine.
parked and I listen to other people's music.
There you go. Perfect.
But when I sing, yeah, I
Yeah.
throw it down, and I don't know, just everybody just doesn't want to listen. I don't know if
I
they,
don't know. It's weird. It's weird,
you know.
right?
Um, so all right, so that was a few years back, and an amazing, amazing time that you had. I'm definitely going to keep watching that. But now you're on to a new part of your life. Um, I was honestly first shocked when I heard that you were having a kid, um, but I was honored for it as well because you're one of these people that kept your private life private,
Yeah.
which I had much respect for because too many people put everything out there online today. So there's no privacy anymore. And sometimes when you do that too much, you don't get to enjoy those special moments with the person that you're with,
Yeah.
and I had a huge, huge respect for you for doing that
Thank you.
because everybody puts everything out there. Even if they're not pregnant, they just put it out there like, I think I'm pregnant. I'm building a belly. Like, no, you're not pregnant. Put down the donuts. That's what it is. But when I saw and then you were doing the baby pictures and it was beautiful and we got to meet your husband to be or not to be, that is the question. I don't know where that came from. It just came out. You know what it
Everybody
is?
was
'Cause I
like,
make
I want him
mistake
to
all
be
the
your
time.
husband because you had a baby. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't know how people do things anymore. Do we do the Goldie Hawn route? Do we do the Diala route? Or do we hit it and quit it, separate it, and drop the kid off at a day
Hit
center
it,
and just
quit it, and
put in
separate it. You added a step. You added
put
a
it
step.
into hit it and quit it? Yeah, yeah.
I like that. I like
What?
that. I like that. I like that.
Hit it and quit it and separate it. Yeah, I think a lot of people should do that because too many people stay together for the kid when
Yeah,
they
yeah,
should
yeah.
do it for everything. But now I'm seeing a lot of photos of you two. You could see how happy you guys are. Your kid is gorgeous.
Thank
Kid's
you.
gorgeous, you
Thank you.
know? And yeah, you're welcome. So how old's your kid now? 8 months, 9 months?
7 months. 7 months.
7 months.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ah,
He'll be 8 months this month. Yeah.
no, man. And you're going through it all right now,
Oh my God, he's
which is great.
crawling. He crawls at the speed of light. Like, I didn't know that you could move that fast on your knees. Like, you blink and he thinks of
Oh,
something
yeah.
else, and you're like, stop, stop, stop. It's like that Kevin Hart skit where all you say is, no, put it down, give me that, stop it, cut it out all the time, all day long. And he thinks
I'm
everything is
still
funny.
waiting for
He thinks it's so
I'm still
funny.
waiting for Kevin Hart to grow up.
Oh,
I mean,
I
I'm
love
waiting
it.
for that shot spurt.
The growth spurt, yeah.
Every time he stands next to the rock, I'm just like, you're like mini me, dude. It's like just stand on something. But yeah, your kid is adorable. Every
Thank
time he posts
you.
pictures, I'm like, that's little John Legend. Look at that kid. He's adorable. He looks just like him.
Oh, he looks like his mother. Thank you very much. That's who he looks like.
Yes. Did I say him? Oh
No, you
no,
said John Legend, but I mean, it's
maybe.
okay. Either one.
Exactly. So, what songs right now? Since now you have the baby, and you said you were writing when you were pregnant. Is there a particular song that you're really proud of that you wrote that you can't wait to get into the studio and record it?
Yeah, a couple, I'm trying to think. Maybe like the summer before, actually, I actually wrote it before FaceTime, this song called Never There. That's going to be the next single that I release of
Okay.
my own solo project. And that's one of the first songs I did with Alvin Anthony, who I met at SOBs. Okay, here we go. Who I
Was it
met
that
at,
night?
say it again?
Was it the night that you performed on stage?
Yeah, yeah, that's where I met him. He came up to me, he loved what I had done, and he wanted to work together. And like that week, we got into the studio, and he's very professional, like super just gets it. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
he's really um, talented and like well versed with a lot of different genres, which is
Nice.
really great because I feel like I have a really eclectic sound and I take different bits and pieces from different genres. Like I don't want anything to sound too R&B or like too rocky, like kind of like an alternative combination. And
Right.
we're like right on the same page. And he's one of the very few people that I've worked with in the industry that stayed in touch with me consistently throughout the entire pregnancy and didn't think of the pregnancy as an interruption for anything. A lot of
It's
people were
good.
like, "Oh, you're pregnant? Stop. I really thought you were going to be great." And I was like, "Oh, I'm pregnant, not dying." Like, I don't
Yeah. What is
understand
that?
what is that. Yeah. But I mean, all over the place, I got that from people. So I was really happy to have people like him and people like yourself who are in the industry and still super supportive and understanding that that's just another chapter of my life. And if anything, will add to it. Like,
It's life.
yeah, Alvin was like coming up with, okay, so by the time the baby is 3 months, you'll be ready to be on stage, and then you're going to be writing songs that are probably ballads, right? Because you had a baby. So like he's just super ready to just add in. Um, so I was honored to have him in my life, and we're working on a couple things. And Never There was the first song we did together. That's going to be the next song that we release. But the last song I released with him was Tangled. I also did that with him, and I
Yeah.
released that in March. So that was the last project that I put out that we had done together. But we're going to have an EP out produced by him. And yeah, we have a lot of great things coming up that I'm really excited about. But Never There is probably the next single that I'm most excited about.
Well, I ask this question a lot of people. How has the pandemic, has it been a negative or a positive aspect for your music?
Both, I guess. The pandemic's been all over the place. I know some people have been really great and like super successful and super focused, and they just hit the ground running with all this free time. And I know some people have been really crappy, and it kind of affected them really negatively, whether it was financially or emotionally or their mental
Yeah.
health. And I kind of have been one big mixture of all of it. There are great days and there are really hard days. And that's affected both by being stuck in the house with your family, just had a baby, um, not being able to gig the way I want to, not having like I can't go to the studio the way I want to, like all of these things that you're used to doing all the time get taken away from you, and of course it's going to have an effect on you. Um, I probably could have done more with music, but I took a lot of time to focus on being pregnant and then focus on being a new mom.
Right.
But I think it's been a combination. Like I've been able to do a lot of writing. I've been able to do a lot of kind of just reflecting and thinking about the business aspect of the music industry and my journey in it. And now I'm kind
Hmm.
of hitting the ground running with that. So it's
Which is
been all
great. Yeah, and
over.
you learn about you. That's the best part about. I can't even. It's hard to say best because pandemic's just the worst thing ever. But I think some of the great things about what's happening right now, you actually get really to find yourself.
Yeah.
You learn about you. You learn about your family, and your writing. Your writing should be so much better now because what else you got to do, right? And
Right.
there's so many artists I spoke to that haven't done anything, and it's like, guys, everybody's always saying there's not enough time in the day. Well, guess what? This pandemic gave you time.
Time.
If
Yeah.
you don't use it, you literally let it waste away. You
Yeah.
know, and for you, I think the best part about it is not only writing. You're actually a rarity of a mom that got to enjoy so much time with your kid for the first year. You
Yeah.
know, because even though there's maternity leave, there's a lot of women that still need to work. You know, why the kids, growing
Right.
up, you got to
Right.
do both. You have the great family, and I think the pandemic, in essence, I think is going to help your career, to be honest with me, because you already got the voice. Um, you're meeting a lot of great people. I know a lot of great people, and I only bring people around to the circle if I feel that they'll benefit somebody that I know. And I
Yeah.
usually never refer people. Um, I could see you doing a duet with Cat Graham. I'm being completely honest. Cat Graham, you guys are like doppelgangers, first of all.
Who's Cat Graham?
You ever see Vampire Diaries
Oh,
or Honey 2?
no.
Really?
Making me look real bad.
Uh, the holiday calendar? The holiday calendar?
No.
Miss Liebowitz, please look up Cat Graham, please. And you're going to be like, oh
Can you
my
look
God,
up
that's my
Cat
daughter.
Graham?
Cat Graham. Yeah, Cat Graham. She's been in a lot of movies. Vampire Diaries is definitely one of the most famous ones, but she has a lot of other movies coming out. Wait, she's coming out singing in her 30s. I'm telling you. I'm sure there's
Come
people on right now.
on. No, she doesn't.
I'm telling
She
you.
doesn't look
How many
anything like
people
Cat
are
Graham.
watching right now think that
She
Bindi
has
looks like
green
Cat Graham?
eyes.
It's called Contacts. She's from Scotland.
You can't have green eyes and be from Scotland?
No, it's Contacts. I'm guessing it's Contact. No, because I saw her in Vampire Diaries. She had like, see, look,
We look
they love her.
nothing
Look,
alike.
Caroline. Yeah, that's you. That's
I
you.
mean, thank you. I'll take it. I'm like, you know what? You're right.
Look,
We are
nobody's
doppelgangers.
disagreeing. They're all smiling, loving it. This guy, Alex, go, dude, who is that? He said, no. Who is that guy?
See? I don't
You don't
know.
know what you're talking about,
I'm not
son.
getting any of those. I didn't see any of that.
This person said, nah, you know what? Maybe it's my cataracts, all right? Maybe they're just popping out. Fine, fine, I'm wrong, all right?
It's
Whatever,
okay. It's okay.
you know?
It's okay.
Man, she looked like Roseanne Barr. No, just playing.
Disrespectful. Oh my God.
But getting back to seriousness, let me get back. So what we should talk about is, if a lot of the people didn't know, 2 years ago, Bindi and I had a chance to really work with each other. I did, I was at Global's Peace Concert every year, and in Times Square, and the people that performed on that stage, every artist, I picked all genres of art,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys killed it. And the best part about all the artists, if you noticed, every one of you were humble, just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
loving to be there. You
We
all
all got along
became
so well
friends.
behind stage. That was a great show. Yeah.
Yeah, and Kristen, Justin Be Good, Wayne Charles, no, Marcus Charles.
Marcus Charles. Yeah.
Marcus was actually, yeah, and another talented artist. And this is what I want people to really recognize with you and some of these other artists, that at the end of the day, do you. Don't listen to people telling you, oh, you should put your ass out here, you should rip this shirt off, get more sexy. Be you,
Yeah.
because that's what sells. Mary J. Blige didn't get all butt down and sexy.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
sang from our heart. She
Right.
wrote her drama, and she came out and says, I'm going to be a woman. Jill Scott,
Yeah.
Mary Wilson, the Supremes,
Yeah.
go down the list. The most respected, the most honored women in music alone were the classiest
Mm-hmm.
women
Yeah.
alone. And that's what sells. And that's what we need more of when it comes to mentors. Because today, no offense, the younger generation today is seeing a different vibe on how to be successful.
Yeah.
Every picture is butt pics,
Mm-hmm.
no talent,
Yeah.
legs spread out. And it's just getting to the point where it's pretty much like Pornhub.com
But a lot of our
24/7.
examples come from entertainment, and entertainment sometimes sets these unrealistic, unattainable standards where it has to be sex sells all the time, no matter what you're doing. Like you're going grocery shopping, do it for sex. You're going like it's ridiculous, and it makes younger people feel like that's what they have to like exude 24/7, and it's exhausting, and it can be super discouraging and really hard on people, and not just women, men and women, because it's not like men don't have self-esteem issues too. Everybody only acts like it's only women who struggle with things, but like
Yeah,
the entertainment world being so heavily sexually influenced in a negative light, because there's nothing negative about sex, there's negative parts to everything, but
right.
it being sex being shown in such a negative, aggressive light, it's not realistic, and it sets super unhealthy standards for people, not just kids, like people, because everybody gets
Exactly.
inspired, or necessarily inspired, but encouraged by what they see. And if you're on social media all day, which a lot of us are because there's nothing else to do,
Hmm.
you're getting the wrong messages, and no one's doing anything to stop it, or not enough
Yeah,
to stop it.
yeah. I was gonna do some butt pics, but I was just
Mm,
like,
mm,
eh,
maybe not.
I
Maybe
mean,
you. That's just
yeah,
maybe.
I don't want to, I don't want to
You don't want to do
let
that to the
people,
rest of the people. People get super jealous.
yeah, I don't,
Like,
my
damn,
mom
Todd's
would
ass is
probably
so
strike me
big. How
down.
do I get one? I get it.
What? What'd you say?
Is
Are
that
you
not you?
dissing me on
Well,
my
you
show?
weren't going for that. Is that the wrong direction? You were going different. Sorry, I thought it's next time. We'll get it next time.
No, I was. I was waiting for I'm waiting for Bindi to come out. Like, come on, say something. Say something.
Sorry.
See, this is what the show is all about. And this is why, and I'm really excited where the show's taken off, because every one of my guests, I want you to feel so comfortable that I want you to be you,
Yeah,
right? I want you to laugh. I want you to have fun. I want you to talk about who you are. Because at the end of the day, it's not about hiding. It's not about an image. Your image is about you,
yeah,
right?
for sure.
When you and your mom are out, your image is sisters. Like, you guys are dope together. I love you
Yeah.
two. I think you guys are awesome.
Thank you.
And that's an image that you should be. Don't hide who you are. And that's what this show is all about. It's about getting into the details of you. We can go for another 5 minutes because my damn Wi-Fi was out for what, 12
Okay.
minutes? Like literally 12 minutes, which is crazy. I think a lot of people right now are really liking this interview, which is great.
Good, great. I'm so happy.
Um, so we spoke about the time. Now I do have a lot more coming up with Times Square, by the way.
Okay.
But Reverb Nation's going to be handling a lot of that, just
Okay.
FYI. But you will be invited to the red carpet.
Well, I
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
can't wait.
So in terms of, you know what? There is something I wanted to ask you. Have you ever considered also doing some acting? Because it seems acting and music start to go hand in hand with each other. Have you ever even considered just
So,
taking some classes? Because
yeah,
that could help a
yeah.
lot, especially video.
Um, it's definitely not something I'm opposed to. I was definitely more interested in acting when I was younger. My
Right.
family oddly refers to me as like a drama queen, which I don't see. I don't get it. I feel like that's a reach. Super, like what?
I,
I don't see it.
I don't
I
know.
think I like very down to earth and just the opposite of drama.
I don't know where they got that from. I
You
mean,
know?
titles of songs like "Never There," "Complicated,"
Okay, you
"FaceTime."
don't
I
know.
mean, I mean, where would that the drama come
You know
from?
what I've been through. Okay. You don't know.
I mean, the next song you got to put out is "Get Out of My DM."
You don't know. How'd you guess that? Who showed you that list? Who showed you that list? But yeah, I mean, I definitely would. I would try it. I would. All of the entertainment industry is exciting and interesting to me. But definitely acting is something that I would get into. I do get annoyed of seeing so many singers and rappers become actors, but if you're good at it, then it's fine. I just don't want to be one of those
Right.
really shitty ones who like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to make fun of anybody that's done
No, it's
anything
okay.
bad.
It's okay.
But yeah,
No, I
like
mean,
I would want to
what?
be good at it.
No, it's fine. It's great to talk about these things because every one of these interviews should be a learning lesson.
Yeah.
That people should, like for you, not everybody gets on The Voice. All right.
Right.
To me, that was skill. You got on there, talent. There's also a little luck involved because there is kind of like a lottery thing because you're going against thousands upon hundreds of thousands of people
Right.
applying. But once you get there, even if you don't make the first round, use the experience and then grow from there.
Oh,
It,
yeah.
you know, like
And when you're
me,
doing those
like
auditions,
I go
you
down.
can ask the judges. You can ask them what they did and did not like. And I would take the time to do that. And I think that that is what helped me build. I did tons of different. I was even doing like mall competitions. The malls out
Yeah,
here would have little competitions, and um, I was making it to different rounds but not winning. And I would just ask the judges what they liked and what they didn't like. And I would watch my audition and I would just try and fix it or audition in front of my mother and try and fix it and ask other musicians what they do. I think that there's different things to learn from tons of people. Like everybody's at a different stage. And unfortunately, but also fortunately, in music, other things too, but in music specifically, a lot of times you're only as good as your last performance. So you can
yes,
always learn from the last performance, you know?
of course. You're never going to have a perfect performance. Every
Right.
entertainer I've ever spoken to always watches their films just like sports players do
Yeah.
because they want to see what they can do better. When
Right.
you can analyze yourself and improve from it, that's pretty much saying you have to be a student always to one day be a teacher. If you
Right.
stop being a student, especially for yourself, you're never going to learn and go from high school to college to
Right.
wherever you're going. And that's the same way in life on every level. They're stepping stones.
And also because
You
like
know?
you care, right? And that's another thing that I used to have really bad stage fright. Like up until I was on the voice stage, I would have horrible nerves. Like my leg, actually during that audition in the beginning of me singing that song, I wasn't walking around the stage because my legs were shaking so bad I could not move my legs, and I was like forgetting all of the choreography and blocking that I had rehearsed. And I was just
Wow.
like, you are only this nervous because you care. If you didn't care, you wouldn't be this nervous. And that's when I finally started to like move around. And that's just like with rewatching things. Like it takes time, it's tedious, correcting things. Like you feel like you always have something to work on. Nothing's ever perfect. But if you didn't care about it, you wouldn't be interested in finding out what the mistakes were or finding out how you could do better. Like those things that you want to do all the time, those things you're always looking to perfect. It's annoying, but you only feel that way because you care, you know? So I feel like it's just important to kind of follow that instinct and follow like what your heart is telling you to do. Because if your heart wouldn't be telling you to do that if you didn't care about it.
And that's I'll be straight with you. That's probably one of the coolest advices I think you've ever said. And I think it should get more respected now because I can definitely see you literally with your voice. I can definitely see you being up for a Grammy of the Year if you
Oh,
do it
thank
right.
you. Jeez.
Well, the reason why I'm saying that is because you have the talent, you have the drive, you have the ambition, you have the goals on how you got to get there. When you do get there, unfortunately, a lot of celebrities, when they talk, I don't think gets as respected when they speak as to someone who's aspiring.
Mm,
Because I look at aspiring artists, I like to listen to aspiring artists more because you're going through it.
mm,
So you can teach what you went through. Once you get to the top, a lot of people don't listen because they're like, well, you're up there, I'm here.
mm-hmm.
And it shouldn't be like that. It should be like, no, I was where you were. I just
Right,
had to
right.
get here. So it's good that you're saying that now, and a lot of people that are listening, I hope you guys are hearing what Bindi has to say. So we're almost wrapped up. I've been loving this interview. Where's that little kid? We have to show this kid's face.
Let me get. He's sleeping, but I'll show him.
Oh, I don't want to wake him up.
Oh, stop. He shouldn't be
Okay.
asleep this early anyway. He's gonna keep me up.
What? I go to
Oh
sleep
my
at 3
God.
o'clock. So what do you mean?
Oh my goodness, say hi. Oh.
So, there
Hi,
you
look.
go.
Hi, baby. He just say, why am I awake?
One day that kid's gonna be watching TV and be like, "That's my mom."
Oh, I hope so. Right?
Seriously. And then he's gonna start asking you for all backstage passes to all these different artists, and you're gonna be like, "Listen, really? Go get a job, son."
He's like, yeah, mom, you're cool, but can I see whoever? Beyonce's daughter, Blue Ivy? Can I go to Blue Ivy's
Exactly.
concert?
Exactly. So, as we're getting to wrapping up, where can they find you on social media? What are your handles that some of these listeners can get to know you about?
So all of my, do you want to tell them? Okay. All of my social media is this is Bindi, Bindi, and or Bindi Liebowitz, Liebowitz. And then all of my music is everywhere. Tidal, Google Play, Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you listen to music or you stream music, you can find me.
Beautiful, beautiful. And do you have any last words for people that are trying to just make it in this industry? Or is there something that you think should change? Or
I would say what you
put you
see
on the
and what you
spot?
go through, it can be more positive if you want it to. I know I get into these things where I'm like, everything I see, it's just not the alley that I'm in. It's not the road I want to be on. It's super negative, and you can change that. Like you can
Yes.
unfollow things that don't match what you think or don't follow your lead. You can make this a positive journey if you want to, and you should take your time. When you're
Hmm.
discouraged, it's okay to go through that. When you're sad, feel sad. Right when you're sad, right when you're happy, right when you're angry, just go through it. And like eventually you'll make it. You just have to keep working. You have to keep trying. Nothing's going to come easy to any of us. It's hard for all of us.
Exactly, exactly. And I love hearing you say that. So when you guys know where to find Benny, also follow me at Todd Wharton Official here on Instagram. You can find the website, everything I'm doing with New York City, Times Square. I'm also a civil rights leader. You guys starting to see that now, which is pretty crazy. Just learn the story. I tell people, look me up. Um, you're on FaceTime with Todd Wharton. It's a very intuitive, informative interview every day, Monday through Friday. We're excited. We're already booked out all of February. I'm going to give you guys an update on some of
Good
our
for you.
future guests because I'm sure Bindy's going to watch as well because you're going to learn a lot. Tomorrow we got Cartier Conway, who is the former Sandman of the Apollo, 7-time Apollo winner, tap dancer, also
Wow.
civil rights leader. Broadway Comedy Club owner Al Martin will be on Thursdays. He's going to tell you all the comedians that started out at Broadway Comedy from Eddie Murphy to Richard Pryor. He started them all out. And then Friday, FUBU brand, which everybody knows FUBU, they're relaunching a new brand. We have the CEO that's
Nice.
going to be on Friday. And then next week, I'm going to give you guys a little preview. Amazing week next week. And Bindi, I think, is going to like this. If you guys know about breakdancing in the Olympics, well, one of the biggest tournaments in the world is World B-Boy Classics, and we got Paul Vandel, the CEO, out from the Netherlands, who's going to be here on
Wow.
Monday, along with Cool Rock Ski from the Fat Boys from back in the day. I just booked him today. Angel
Oh, good for
Salazar from
you.
Scarface. Angel Salazar from Scarface. Alvin Clayton, the first GQ Black model, and he just got re-signed. And then
Wow.
finally, Tony Award winner, 4-time Grammy nominated Melba Moore will be in the house on Friday next week. So we have a great shows coming up, guys. So definitely listen, definitely learn. Bindi, it was a pleasure having you
Thank you
on.
so much for having me. I really
Love,
appreciate it.
yeah.
This is a great
Follow
show. I love what
her.
you're doing.
Thank you, thank you. And we'll get a better backdrop soon. I'm working on getting a studio, but
Good for
follow
you.
Bindi, follow myself. Guys, live life with passion. Seriously, we're all going through it right now. But let's go through it together and just keep your heads up because that's the only way we can get through life.
That's right.
The pandemic is just another crossroad that we have to get through in order to get where we need to go. All
Right.
right, think of it that way. And like I always say in my talk show, guys, if you're not living a passionate life, then whose life are you living? Have a great night, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.